Have you ever wondered where we'd all be today if Adam and Eve hadn't eaten that apple in the Garden of Eden? God gives Adam and Eve this perfect place to live. There's just one thing they mustn't do. Don't eat the forbidden fruit. But Satan rocks up and causes them to doubt that God is good. And doubt leads to dislike, and dislike leads to disobedience, and disobedience destroys our relationship with God. And in that one act of rebellion against God, the whole of creation is devastated by the consequences of sin. Nothing is quite right. How we feel about ourselves, how we feel about each other, how we feel about God, how we relate to our world, it's all messed up. And of course, we can't really blame Adam, because we would probably have done the same thing. We doubt God, dislike him sometimes, disobey him, and we all know that we live with the destructive consequences of sin. That's the bad news in our reading today, Romans 5:12-21. But then Paul wonderfully contrasts it with some good news, great news. God has intervened. God has stepped in. God is the only one who can fix this, and because he loves us, he has. Jesus Christ has stepped into our world to show us what God is like, to show us how we should be living, to die on the cross and rise again 3 days later so that we can be forgiven for our rebellion against God, experience freedom from sin in our present, and know that a certain future with God will be the promise of our eternity. You might feel like you're a big failure, but God is a big lover of people. You might feel like you're a relentless sinner, but God is a relentless forgiver. This is the great message of this passage. Whatever you've done, whoever you are, God has put everything right. You can't earn it, and you don't deserve it. It's what we call grace. God's grace overtakes and overwhelms yours and my sin. Someone once said that God throws our sin into the deepest ocean and puts up a sign that says no fishing. So don't listen to the lies that the enemy throws your way, causing you to doubt the goodness of God. God is very good, very loving, very forgiving. You just need to believe it and receive it.